What's poppin'? What's poppin'? So your girl came to rant, communicate, conversate, whatever you like to call it. And today we came on here to talk about marriage. And what I wanted to come on here and talk about was there is a lot of people in this world that are married for the wrong reasons, that are married for what they can benefit from the other person, what they can get out of the other person. And it's crazy because I've seen so much in this world, and I would think a lot of people would cherish marriage because at the end of the day, you're supposed to be married to someone that you love, and I mean truly love, not love what they can do for you, not love that they got a certain type of body or a certain type of like a certain amount of money, or they got businesses, finances, materialistic shit, all that jazz. Just because they look good on your hip, that's why you married them. And I find it really crazy that people are like that in this world, and I wanted to come on here and talk about marriages because I've been going on my walks and jogs, and there's this man that I had seen, right? And luckily, I have not seen him because I've been switching of my routine. But I've seen him only twice, and that was enough for me to find out what type of man this was. And the first time I met him, I was sitting on a bench um, over there in the areas where I'll be walking and jogging. And he was walking his dog or whatever. He was like, "Oh, do you live around here?" And I was just like, yeah, I live around here in this area, not knowing damn well I live about 30 minutes away walking, 45 minutes away walking, and like 10 minutes driving. So technically, yeah, but no. But anyway, and he was like, "Oh, okay. What are you doing? Walking?" Because I was sitting down at the time. I was like, "Yeah, I'm, doing my walking jog, whatever." He was like, "Oh, okay." And you can feel this energy on him, like he wants to get to know me, like in that type of way. And I'm just like, okay, but at the same time, he could have just been friendly, because people are friendly. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I was like, all right, and he kept walking. Basically, he kept walking after that. He asked me a couple of questions, if I was walking and if I lived around here and all that jazz. And then he leaves. And then the next time I see him, I'm sitting here at a different spot, but around the area that I was walking the last time I saw him. And he was like, "Hey, nice seeing you again." And I was like, "Yeah, nice seeing you too." And he asked me the same question: "Do you live around here?" And I was like, "Yeah." He said, or where? He said, "Where around here?" I was like, around here in the area. I'm not going to tell him exactly where I live because you're a stranger and I don't know you. And you could be somebody that's not good. Sorry, I was scratching my leg. These damn mosquitoes and shit. But anyway, he was like, "Oh, okay." And he tells me his name, which I'm not going to hold you. I forgot his name already. Um, I'm not good with names, but I'm good with faces. That's the only thing that's important, right? But he was like, "What's your name?" And I tell him it's Lina. And he was like, "Are you single?" And I look at him and I was like, "Yes, I am. I'm single." And he was like, "Oh, I'm married." And he shows me his hand with no ring on the fucking hand. So it's just like, okay. He say, and then he said, "Were you born?" He's like, "Where are you from originally?" And I was telling him I was born and raised here. He was like, "Oh, okay. And then he was like, "How old are you?" And I was like, "I am 24." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And then he was just sitting here like, "Yeah, I'm married, I've been married since I was 19, I think he said. He got a motherfucking 36-year-old son and all this extra shit. I think he said he'd been married for 36 years. So Yeah, you put it together. And then he had said he had twins of that are 32 and all this jazz, and he's pretty up there for me and all this and all that jazz. And then he was talking about, can we be friends? And I'm just looking at him like, I'm feeling the energy that you're giving, and I'm just like, that all depends on what you mean by friends. He said, well, saying good morning and how are you for now. And the way he said for now, I'm just like, okay. But you could tell that he was kind of intrigued by me, and I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, oh, okay. But the energy gave off like he wanted more. But I'm just like, this nigga is married and has kids, a couple of them at that, and you are over here talking to me, trying to flirt with me, or I feel the energy that you are trying to flirt with me, and usually I am not fucking wrong in that situation, and the way he was just moving and the way he speak, I'm pretty sure if you were there, you would be like, oh yeah, this man is flirting with her. But get to the point that I'm stuttering. Give me a second. To get to the point that I was basically trying to say is, I find it crazy how people are so opened in their relationships when they're married. And not only that, when their significant other is not around. And I find it funny. It's just like, when you are married, you should be in a contract. And not just with you guys, but with God. You are in a contract to love each other through sickness and through health. And the fact that you are over here flirting, or should I say, I felt like you were flirting with somebody else that's not in your motherfucking marriage. And even if you did have an open marriage like that, I still find it crazy, because I'm not that type of female that wants to date a married man or date a man that has a relationship with somebody else at all. And I was sitting there thinking, I'm just like, do I give off that type of bitch that be fucking around with niggas and they motherfucking hoes? Because I need to change myself if that's the case. But I know damn well I don't. Motherfuckers just do it just because at the end of the day, if you know me, you know I do not get down like that. And the fact that motherfuckers think that I get down like that, it just makes me irritated, because how dare you put me in that category to think that I will go and sleep with you when you have a significant other, you raggedy bitch. But back to what I was saying, I find it crazy that you are in a relationship, not only a relationship, in a marriage, and you are literally disrespecting your partner, and you're not even giving a fuck. Oh, I'm just being friendly. Yeah, until you decide to trip into that motherfucking pussy, or trip onto that motherfucking tip. So it's just like, yeah, you're friendly now, but how far are you going to go? I already feel the energy on you, and it's just insane to me. So for those that's out there that are in relationships and are married to somebody else, and you are over here cheating on them, having an affair with other motherfuckers, what goes through your mind? Like, what was the purpose of you getting in that marriage? Was it because that bitch looked good, or that nigga had some good D, or that female had some good coochie? Or was it because of the money that your significant other had, or the clout that they had, or the way that they looked on your motherfucking side? Because I really want to know what goes on in those people's minds that's out there having an affair on their significant other, cheating on their significant other. Because your mind just makes me feel like you are dumb. Like, real shit. Your mind makes me feel like you are a dumb motherfucker that can't hold back. And instead of saying, no, I don't want to be with you anymore, ending the relationship, getting a divorce, you go and cheat on the motherfucker and be like, oh, it was nothing. Oh, that was nothing. If it was nothing, then why the fuck did you do it? It was something. Because if it was not nothing, you wouldn't have did that shit. It was something. So you did it, and you wanted to do it because it was something. So don't sit here and lie and say it was nothing, knowing damn well it was something. Because like I said, if it was nothing, you wouldn't have done it. So ask yourself, why the fuck do you cheat? Why the fuck do you have an affair? Is it because you want excitement? Is it because you want joy? Is it because you want, I don't fucking know. That's crazy to me. I was never that person. I was never that person that cheated or wanted sneaky links and have an affair when I had a motherfucker on my side. And I'm gonna tell you, I ain't really have nobody on my side. So technically, I could have did whatever the fuck I want. But I'm talking about those motherfuckers that was in relationships, married to motherfuckers, and they was over here having sneaky links with somebody else, having affairs with somebody else, over here sleeping with somebody else. When your motherfucking partner is probably trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Why are they moving this way? Why are they acting this way? I thought we was cool. I thought we was cordial, but the whole time, the only reason they moving this way and acting this way because this motherfucking cheater that you are cheating with, this motherfucking affair that you are going on, and then you're pulling your motherfucking person along. I feel like you're disgusting. So I ask you, why do you do it? Why do you cheat? Because that's fun? Because you don't give a fuck about the other person? If you don't give a fuck about the other person, why are you still with that person? And if you really didn't give a fuck about that other person, why the fuck are you staying with that person in that relationship, and to the point where you are going over here running, cheating, and then going right back to that person? Oh, because I can, because I want to, because I da 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 da. You need to go heal yourself, because you're crazy as fuck. And I'm not talking about Kill, bitch. I'm talking about Heal. Heal, heal, because that is demonic. And some of y'all will probably be like, how is that demonic? Because the fact that you are okay with hurting somebody's heart, hurting somebody's soul, hurting somebody in general, and to that aspect of, to that point, it's demonic. There is an entity on your back that is making you do that. That's not holy, or should I say that's not earthly? Well, in this day and time, it is earthly, but it's not. It's not real. It's not normal. It's not okay. But to each his own, I guess. And I find it funny that you were like that. And I ask God every day, and shit, God only knows why people are like that. It's because of something that happened in your motherfucking life that made you that way. Maybe you should go into that motherfucking past and heal yourself. Heal. And truly become a better you, and stop fucking around with people's hearts, people's emotions, because your ass got dogged out in your motherfucking past, and you got fucking PTSD, and you want to go put that shit on somebody else. You're trash in my eyes. And I'm not judging. I'm just stating facts on how I feel. That's my opinion. And my opinion, you are trash. To the motherfuckers that go out there and cheat, to the motherfuckers that go out there and have an affair, you're trash to me. But who am I, right? Just some bitch. But yeah, I find it funny how people do what they do and think it's okay. You should be ashamed of yourself. But who am I, right? But yeah, y'all, that's about it, because yeah. So, that's all I gotta say. For those that's out there that is doing that, maybe you should change your ways, or look within and ask yourself why you're doing that. Is it because of the past that happened to you, or is it because of somebody that really did you wrong and made you into that cold person? So now you're being a cold person and doing the cycle with somebody else. And for those that's out there that's going through that, you can have better. You can find better. And you will. You just gotta let go of that motherfucker. But yeah, that's about it, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my channel for more content like this. I'm really just being real. I'm just being honest. I'm just speaking to y'all truly how I feel, and how how I think the world is, and how it should be in this real life of the earth. But yeah, in real life, it's chaotic, but I'm here to try and change it in some aspects. If motherfuckers want to change and heal and thrive and actually feel good and not feel like trash for what the fuck they do, okay? But yeah, check out my channel for more content like this. Follow me on this journey of life of trying to do better, be better, thrive better in this world. So, yeah. Peace out, y'all.